Tonight, state officials are sounding the alarm about the dangers of stopping along highways. This comes after 2 people died when they pulled over to help a disabled car on Interstate 10 near Speedway last night.
13 News reporter Sean Mahoney joins us live there now with more on the risk involved when helping a disabled vehicle on our freeways. Hey, Sean.
Hey, Mary and Dan. Well, officials with the Department of Public Safety say that played a major factor in the deadly crash that happened here last night as one vehicle pulled over on the interstate around this area of Speedway and I-10 to help another vehicle that was partially stuck on the interstate. And then moments later, a third car collided with the 2 vehicles, leading to the death of those 2 people. It's something that state officials say happens too often here in Arizona, and they want to help people understand how to help others safely on the interstate.
Public safety officials in Arizona say stopping on a busy interstate can be one of the most dangerous situations on the road, even more so when the sun goes down.
Especially at nighttime, because again, the typical person cannot react. There's 3/4 of a second reaction time, and they can't react fast enough.
In the last month, there have been 3 people who have died after pulling over on the side of a southern Arizona highway, something Torres says has become too common across the state.
This year we saw in the metropolitan Phoenix area a father and son who were doing just that. They had pulled alongside the Interstate 10 in Mesa, and they were trying to help somebody who was broke down. And what occurred is they were both struck by a vehicle.
Nearly 90 pedestrians are killed on Arizona highways each year.
But that's 90-some families that their Christmases are altered, birthdays are altered. Every day is going to be altered for the rest of their life.
In Sunday's collision, a person who was assisting the disabled vehicle survived, but 2 of the people inside the Good Samaritan's car died. Torres says the situation highlights the dangers these incidents can bring.
I understand that everybody wants to be a good Samaritan or a good person and help out. But after leaving law enforcement, I realized, you have to have a mindset. I'm a civilian. I can't get out of my car. It doesn't have emergency flashers.
He says a lot of it has to do with where people pull over, with the far right shoulder providing more spacing than the median where the collision took place last night.
We have an emergency shoulder that's to the far left. That's typically 4.5 to 5 feet wide. And then you have that emergency shoulder over to your right, which is almost a full-size lane, a 10-foot lane.
However, Torres says there are still ways to help people on the interstate safely.
If somebody wants to be a good Samaritan and assist with an accident, again, park behind the vehicles that are there. Don't get out of your vehicle.
But more important than anything is to get first responders to the scene.
The safest thing you can do is wait for the first responders to get there. Stay in your vehicle. Don't get out. Put your emergency flashers if you have them on.
Now, officials with the Department of Public Safety declined to comment for an interview for this story, but did say that they would provide additional details on the deadly collision that happened here on Sunday night when they become available, and we'll, of course, bring them to you right here on 13 News. Reporting live outside of I-10 and Speedway, Sean Mahoney, 13 News.